Okay, we are on the campus of the University of Maine College. They have an interesting project that we learned about. We decided to go check out. They have a full-scale, well, I shouldn't say full-scale. They have a scale model of the solar system. It starts in a building just over there. We went and saw it. It's basically the whole building. It's an archway in there, or I-beam structure. You can't really see it all, but this model is 1/93 millionth to 1 scale model. So the sun that they have in there, that pretty much is the whole building, is only 1/93 millionth of real size. But they have this thing stretched out along US 1. So I believe the whole route is 40 miles. And it's kind of interesting because the reason why they chose 1/93 millionth scale miles is the Earth is 93 million miles from the sun. And that is 1 astronomical unit. So they built it on basically a 1 astronomical unit scale. So 1/93 millionth is the size of the solar system. All right, we're gonna get in the Jeep and go try and find the next planet. What is the next planet?
Mercury.
Mercury. You'd think I would know that, but I don't. Okay, we're gonna go find Mercury. Okay, this is cool, I think. So the sun was the size of that whole building. And again, it's all the scale, so that's 1/93 millionth is Mercury, which is next. Right here's Mercury, and it's just that little bitty ball right there. I don't know if you can even see it. There it is, that's Mercury. Okay, we found Mercury. The city is over there somewhere. Now we will go find Venus.
Right there is the University of Maine sign in 800 feet. That's the University of Maine right there.
Yeah, so the sun is right over there. However far it is from here to here is Mercury. The scavenger hunt continues. Okay, here we are. We made it to Venus. It was 0.3 miles from Mercury to Venus. There it is. Venus. Venus. Planets are to scale. All right, stop number 3, Earth. Earth? That's how big Earth is. Not if it was 1/93 millionth. And look what else they got over here. There's the moon. I don't know if you can see that. There it is. It's a golf ball. It's a golf ball, and that's the Earth. They're that far away. Okay, we found Mars. There's Mars. And it's about that big. Here's Mars. Mars. Okay, this is a dwarf planet that is next to, what was the other one down there?
You just left Mars.
I left Mars.
Between Mars and Jupiter.
Between Mars and Jupiter, this is a dwarf planet I don't think I've really ever heard of, called, I don't even know how to pronounce that. How would you pronounce that?
Sears?
Sears? Sears? And it's a dwarf planet, and you can tell because it's just that little marble up there. It might be smaller than a marble. There is a dwarf planet. That's hilarious. Okay, see you later, planet. We're on to a real planet now. So when we were driving here in our motorhome, we were coming to our campground, we saw a couple of these alongside the road, and we didn't obviously know what they were. I'm like, they got planets on the side of the road, that's neat. And at the time I didn't know that these things were to scale. And I think you can understand why we missed a few of those really small ones. We've been back and forth to town probably 4 times and never seen them. But we did see this one. We saw Jupiter because it's huge. Look how big Jupiter is. This is Jupiter, and we saw that from the road. But they also have, and I didn't notice this when we just drove by, all their moons. There's a moon, and then there's Jupiter, and you can see the other 4 moons, or 3 moons, right here. And we were, here's Jupiter, here's the Jupiter, here's the Jupiter. And we were gonna keep track of mileage just to say like, oh, this one was 2 miles from that one and all that. But we didn't realize that these planets were actually to scale as well. So some of those other ones were so small, we drove by them and had to turn around about 3 times already. So we're not gonna keep track of mileage. It's roughly 40 miles
from the sun to Pluto.
From the sun to Pluto. And you can do your own math on that.
100 miles to the last 2 dwarf planets, whatever they are.
It's 100 miles from the sun to the last 2 dwarf planets. And that's 93 millionth to 1 scale. So that's how big the solar system is. It's huge, almost unimaginable. Do your own math on that and Google solar system. But here we are at Jupiter. We're gonna go on to the next one. We are not gonna be going on to all the ones way in the way out. We ain't got that kind of time. Okay, we made it to Saturn. Let's go find the sign here. Here's Saturn. And there's Saturn. It's big. Oh, did you see its little moon over here? Here's Saturn.
Oh, that must be Titan. It says Saturn with Titan.
Saturn with Titan. Titan is right over here. Sorry to make everybody dizzy, but there it is. That's its moon.
Has many moons, but only Titan is large enough to be easily shown in the solar system model. So it has a lot more moons, but they're a little way.
A lot of moons, but only Titan. Only that golf ball size one is worthwhile.
That's a pretty big moon, isn't it?
Yeah. I did check the mileage between Saturn and Jupiter because they were both pretty big and we figured we wouldn't miss those. 4.2 miles between this, Saturn, and the last one, Jupiter. So there we go. Here's this, tells about the solar system model. It's kind of neat. What towns they're in. So 54 miles south of Pluto, intersection of Route 1 and Route 6. Ooh, we are not going that far. And they have 2 Plutos, one of its presence distance and one of its average distance, because Pluto's pretty close right now, I guess. All right, so from holy cow, we got a long way to go. We're going, next we're going to Uranus. We don't know how long that's going to take, but we're going.
Uranus.
Huh?
I want to see Uranus.
You want to see Uranus? Okay, I'll show you. All right, I'll drive you to Uranus. All right, here we go. We're making the long drive to Uranus. We do this for you people, okay? We find Uranus for you. Okay, that was quite a drive to get to Uranus. About, I would say, 12 miles from the last planet to here. But we made it, and here it is, the town of Bridgewater. Uranus. Uranus? I don't know the pronunciation. Oh wow, look at this. Look at that. There's the, looks like Uranus has done some damage here. You think? Okay. Woo, we made it. That was quite a drive. We're gonna have to stop and get some fuel because of all the gas we burned getting to Uranus. You know what I mean?
I was thinking we were taking a spaceship.
Yeah. We really are like, we're space travelers today because this is our rocket ship. This is the Rubicon rocket ship, and we are traveling through the solar system. That's what we're doing. So, and we've made, I think, all the appropriate jokes. Did I miss any?
I can't think of any.
Okay. No, okay, well, we found Uranus. There we go. On to the next one. What is the next one?
Neptune. Neptune.
Neptune, yay!
30.6 miles or 49.2 kilometers from the sun.
32 miles from the sun. Okay.
30 miles.
30 miles from the sun. We have traveled a long way through the solar system and we are not done. Okay. Neptune. We made it out to Neptune. Neptune's got some size to it. That's a nice, pretty planet right there. If I didn't mention it before, all of these are right alongside the road, right along US 1. Where's Neptune? Let's put Neptune right there. Okay. Neptune. I'm not good at that. Anyway, there's Neptune. It looks nice. It's a very stormy planet, apparently. There is a website, if you look this up and Google it, that tells you how far, in miles, how far each planet is from the University of Maine, from the sun. And Neptune's out there. But there it is, that's Neptune. Pretty cool. On to the next one. We're getting pretty far out in the solar system. Space traveling takes the fuel. Stopped here to gas up. We're not that far from Pluto. It's actually just across the street. It's right over by that lit up sign there. But we figure being as we're here at the Starship fuel station, we'll fuel up. The sun is very bright, even though we're bazillions of miles away. Hey. Today? Great, how are you? Okay, Pluto. And this is, which Pluto is this? The close one? Oh.
This is the present day distance of Pluto.
Pluto's very small. All right, there's Pluto up there. And can you see just to the left of it, on the same little stick, is its moon.
It has a lot of moons. That's its biggest one.
It has, say again?
It has a lot of moons. That's its biggest one.
Oh, that's Pluto's biggest moon, even though it has a lot of moons. There's Pluto. Now we're gonna go see Pluto 2. Angela, explain that again about the thing, because I'm not sure I heard it all. This is the average one? No.
No, this is the present day distance from the sun.
Okay.
And the next one is the average distance from the sun.
And it's further out.
Yes,
and that's it for us.
But apparently it goes even farther than that because of its long
elliptical orbit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
Those are cattails that are exploding up a little bit.
I see, okay.
Yeah. You see that dragonfly that's trying to get me? He was red. Yeah, cattails. Okay. All right, the guy at the gas station asked me how I was doing. He said, long way from home, and I tried to explain our situation, that we really don't have a home, and I think he thought I was an idiot. Either way. You know who lives around this area? Mostly locals.
That's what lives around every area.
Oh, that's every area? It's always the locals live there? Locals are everywhere where you're at. Isn't that weird? All right, let's go. Okay, the only two planets that aren't visible, or the only two celestial bodies that aren't visible are the sun, that are visible from the street, are the sun and this last Pluto. The last Pluto, though, they said is inside the visitor center, and we can't find the visitor center. It says it's right here, but we don't see it. This is Holton. So here's Holton. So somewhere around here is the last Pluto, and it's been quite a ride. Kind of fun. What a great thing to do on a Monday while you're in Maine. I would do this if you were had a day to kill, nothing else to do. There are more planets, but they're like 100 miles. We're not going that far. I think we've traveled about 40. So check it out, Google it, look it up. How do you feel about your planetary space exploration?
Oh man, it was amazing.
Wasn't it fun?
Thought, wow. I just wow.
I think our rocket ship performed nicely.
I do.
We didn't die in space, and it's been a good trip to the outer solar system. But now it's time to go back to our own little solar system.
My biggest surprise, I think, out of the whole thing was Uranus was a lot bigger than I expected.